when he was asked to serve, what did he do?
What does that have to do with anything? That has nothing to do with anything.
Well,
Don't fall for the bait.
No.
Don't
What
fall
did he
for the
do?
bait. Don't fall for the bait, dude.
Well, yeah, he didn't serve, but
Why
that's
not?
That has nothing to do
Why
with
didn't? No, it does.
what
It has
you
everything
said.
to do with it. Why didn't he serve?
Because he had bone spurs.
Well, I can't tell you why he didn't serve.
Bone spurs, because he had flat feet.
What it's
And?
So there was a draft.
But the that he had those things. But what I'm saying is that doesn't matter because you can, you know, if you have like a medical thing where you can't do it, like for example, some people have asthma, the army.
This guy didn't start the stream.
That doesn't change the fact that men still have to, by law, they have to sign
This
up
guy's a
for selective service.
fucking
Otherwise,
faggot
there is
retarded.
consequences.
So
Regardless of what
you
Trump
have
may
to
have done.
What'd you cook for dinner?
register selective service.
Yeah.
Risotto.
Yeah. Or there's consequences. That's correct.
We haven't had a draft since 1973.
Risotto.
We're comparing the draft from 1973, which was
Don't let her get away with it.
decades ago,
Don't let her get away
to
with it.
women having
We're talking
rights
about autonomy here,
to
not
bodily
the last time
autonomy.
Israel
The
was
law
violated.
does not stop it right now. Stop it right now.
Don't fall for
Stop
it.
it. You
What if scientists discovered that there is an afterlife, and they also discovered that in the afterlife, all the afterlife is just your life again, but it's 10 times harder? So what do you think of that?
Quality of life.
Yes, it does.
It is not saying you cannot pursue life, liberty, or the pursuit of happiness. Women not
I'd
having
probably see that as hell. I don't know.
is killing women.
She switched the argument from autonomy.
You don't think you
let her
can
get away with
manage
it.
10 times harder?
In California, they have abortions
Fucking dolt.
up until birth.
So it's 10 times harder to get a job. It's 10 times harder. My back is 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if my back was 10 times worse, I'd probably... I don't know if I'd be able to feel that much pain. I think I would just be a quadriplegic, which might as well bash my head against the wall.
I went along with it. The draft is no longer relevant because the draft doesn't stop you from doing anything, and it doesn't make you do.
It's also 10 times harder to die, though,
It doesn't say you have to have
in the
this law in
afterlife.
order to
Or no,
use
I
the
guess it's
bathroom.
impossible
You
because it's
have
the
to have
afterlife.
this law in order to go out
So
in
it's
public
hell.
and talk
It's
to
literally hell.
It's not relevant.
Eternal agony. It's literally hell.
I'm saying there are consequences.
Yeah, but you can still have your
Find money.
nice moments here and there.
Watchtower.
Don't pay those fines.
Yeah, remember how hard it was to get the panels to fit on this thing? It's going to be 10 times harder? Yeah. Can't even have fun on shit like that.
Stops men from doing something.
The
Or
draft.
has to be passed in order for them to have rights.
The
Yeah,
draft.
so so men can't totally not sign up for the draft. We
Whoa.
have to do it. We have to do it. You even
Or
said so
we can't
yourself.
vote. We
Use
can't
the word
participate
have to.
in government.
It's not a choice. We have to.
Watchtower. I'm gonna ask you one more time, and if you don't answer the fucking question, I'm literally just going to drop you. I have 13 people in the queue. So answer the question. What law stops you from having rights, or
The
has to be
draft.
passed in order for you to have rights based off of you being a man?
Yeah. It's a felony if we don't sign up for the draft. It's a felony. We're committing a crime. So a law has been placed on us.
You're back, Daniel.
Hello.
You want to tell the chat what the YouTube is?
I'm sorry, what?
You do exercises today?
I'm gonna drop you. You can get back in the queue.
Yep.
I already talked to you.
How'd that go?
I want to know what.
Dude, push-ups feel horrible right now, dude. Not even because of my back, because of my fucking shoulders and my I don't like. You know where your shoulders go down on your humerus, like on the side or whatever, right at the
Okay.
bottom, and then maybe like 2 inches down is where I feel pain. I'm like, I don't understand this.
So what, on your brachialis or whatever the fuck it's called? The side of the
No,
bicep?
no, it's still on the humerus. It's just further down. It's like under where the fucking deltoid stops. It's fucking retarded.
Very interesting. Hmm.
After you explain to me why you're trying to gaslight us right now.
Listen, let me tell you. Listen. Let's get serious for a moment.
Yeah, let's get serious. Guys in the chat, we still have $50-something left on this goal. $57 left on this goal.
We're triplets. We all got glasses.
If we can get this goal done, I'd really appreciate it. There's 145 people in.
So, with that new Game of Thrones show, the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the kid is Maester Aemon's younger brother.
There's a Targaryen.
Yeah, remember like when he's dying and he's like egg or whatever, like it's like he's seeing him again or some shit before he dies. That's who it is.
Yeah, I can't remember that. You talking about the blind guy?
Yeah. So, what? Her name's not Tully, right? The one that Sam gets with.
Isn't she just like a random chick?
Well, she's
across
a wild.
the wall or whatever.
Yeah, she's a wildling, but her name, I can't remember her name. She's
Tully's,
there.
isn't that basically Catelyn's clan?
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. I can't remember her name. Whatever. She's there, and Sam is there when he's basically dying. And that's when he says when he calls out to him or whatever. So
that kid, is he gonna be a good king or whatever? Or was he a good king?
I believe that's Aerys' father, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he was fine. Like, at least in comparison to the others. Dude, why can't I remember her name? Gilly. Okay, I wasn't even close. I never really thought of it until recently, but I wonder if Ghost, his colors, I wonder if that was an indirect, maybe not even hint, but like something that George wanted to have a parallel of John's lineage.
Oh, it's like Ghost is like white.
White, and then he has red eyes,
like
and red
have white hair.
Red is very Targaryen, yeah, and the white too, yeah. The white fur for obviously the white hair, and then the red, I'm pretty sure, obviously that's like all over their sigil and stuff, but also Rhaegar's armor apparently was like super red and had like cool red accents, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was kind of the point.
Everybody in my fucking chat to say W Pastor, so he can feel good about himself when he goes to bed at night that he won. Because I feel like he really needs us to give him the validation he's looking for. So we're gonna give it to him.
Yeah, like in the book.
W Pastor. Okay, so Pastor, real quick.
Can't remember, but yeah, it was an Eddard chapter.
Beautiful bill that Donald Trump has gotten passed under.
I'm just like, yeah, like he's talking about bastards, Lyanna, and then John. I'm just like, yeah, dude. And yeah, like that was, he's thinking all that stuff in reference to discussions about Targaryens, and I'm just like, yeah, it's Jon Snow. He was hinting it's Jon Snow like way back in the first book. So yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like it's almost anytime John is being spoken of with someone else,
It should be satin. Frank,
the time
Lyanna
of
comes up.
yeah the time of the rebellion or Lyanna, one of the three comes up whenever someone's talking about one of those three.
Yeah.
And it makes me,
who wants to go first?
whether it's like hindsight's 2020, when I think of or rewatch scenes of Ned, I'm like, dude, if they didn't specifically direct him to act like that, then he probably fucking knew that he had to act like that. Because it actually,
I feel like
fits
if
so
I didn't
well.
know, I feel like if I didn't like watch the show or didn't know anything, I feel like I would still make the connection.
Well, yeah, because I've always thought, before I knew like to look at it like that, I always thought, is Sean Bean just kind of like
It's not passed yet.
his like version of Ned is sort of like a weird, nervous type character.
No, it's not.
But then I look at it, I'm like, he's kind of like that, only in certain points of like, depending on the dialogue that's being said.
If they do, it should be a free
So
one.
it makes more sense to me.
What do you mean need a free one?
Okay, so do you know anything about the Constitution, Tony?
Alright, so we're talking about voting.
You can compare directly how good the show was at the beginning compared to the end. At the beginning, you have like cool, obviously just everything else of the show was better, but you have interesting stuff like that with those conversations, and even that conversation in the field that wasn't even in the book, and it was directed really well and had good dialogue, and it felt like it belonged. But then in the last season, people hide in a crypt when they're facing an undead army where the leader can raise a bunch of dead people.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That's just fucking retarded. Where are you in the book now?
Viserys, he got the fucking gold poured on his head, and then I think, yeah, Robert is like on his deathbed. And yeah, Eddard and Renly are talking about, like, yo, you gotta fucking take control of the Kingsguard, or this bitch is gonna fucking kill everyone.
Dude, Renly's a bitch, dude.
Yeah, I wanted, if it was either him or Stannis, I'm picking Stannis, dude. I don't want to fucking deal with Renly.
Well, when he's talking, I can't remember what he says exactly in the book, but apparently he's supposed to have 100,000 soldiers, including all the banners, which is probably either as much or more than the Lannisters. You want to become king. The Starks are fighting them. Why not? You don't even have to help the Starks, because everyone knows the Starks don't want to be like lead the Seven Kingdoms. They just want to be in the north. They know they're not going to be contested by the Starks. Even if they didn't have to directly help them, they could have just went directly to King's Landing, taken over the city, because their entire army is basically gone. There'd be no way to defend against that. And he just fucking lets them fight until the Lannisters win. Or I can't remember exactly like how much of a victory it was, but I'm pretty sure it was a pretty good victory. But it's like the Lannisters would have been absolutely destroyed, and then Renly waits, or at least that army goes against Stannis, right? So it's like they basically just killed each other off. They could have fucking
remember
killed
like
everyone.
everything, but yeah, I just remember. I'm like, yeah, dude, just yeah, it's good that he got killed by the fucking shadow or whatever. I'm just fucking hate that guy.
And like it's kind of annoying. Like clearly, like looking at it from the perspective of the brothers, clearly Stannis has the claim.
Yeah.
There's no like logical reason why Renly would think that he should be king.
They keep going on and on about like, oh, he's dull, he's like fucking uncharismatic, but it's like, what the fuck? Like, why does that even fucking matter? Like, when it comes to who has the rightful claim, like, I feel like that was the entire reason they were warring, because Renly thinks the dude is like boring. I'm just like, this is so stupid. It's like you guys could have fucking taken over everything by now, but I don't know.
I think Renly being such an idiot was the end of their house. Because you can say Stannis did something similar where he kind of started the war when he was weaker than he was in season 1 or 2, but I don't know, Renly having the power he had, and like he had the high towers, he had the high towers as well. So it's like he
Like,
had
did he not? Like, did Renly not like Stannis because like Robert didn't like Stannis, or like what's the deal there?
I can't remember. I think both Robert and Renly didn't like Stannis, but I can't remember why.
I feel like it goes back to like, oh, he's just a dullard or whatever. Like, he's just like always serious. I don't know, because I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand why they don't like him. Other than yeah, like he's kind of like Putin, too damn serious or whatever.
Maybe I can't remember where it was, but I remember there being some sort of conversation about Stannis wanting the throne, but then Robert took it or something, and that, or maybe who would get Storm's End, which is the Baratheon's house. I think it had to do something with that, but I can't remember exactly. I wonder if Maester Aemond, or Master Aemon, because his name doesn't have the D on the end. I wonder if he knew Jon was a Targaryen. Because he never seemed to think or agree that he was a bastard. So
I don't know. Like, are you referring to like a specific part in the book where?
Well, I'm specifically
Like, Aemon,
pointing
like,
to a part in the
specifically says,
show when he says to Aemon that he's only a bastard, and then Aemon sort of laughs and says something about like not only being a bastard, but he kind of left it there. He didn't say much more. So I don't know, it's kind of curious.
well, do you think I can't remember if they. I don't think they show it in the show, so like it's assumed like he can't do this. But do you think like he has like Bran's ability where he can like see past, present, and future, and like that's how he might know that Jon is a Targaryen?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised because Targaryens are known to be green seer. Yeah, green seers. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, he could be, but I don't actually know for sure. Because the three-eyed raven.
Actually, he might know. Well, he might know because, like, if you're, what the fuck was it called? If you're a maester, right? You basically you basically train at like the Citadel. It's called, right?
Yeah, but one reason why
And,
it's
like,
even
didn't
more. One
yeah,
reason
go
more
ahead.
why it's even more possible is because I'm pretty sure at the time he was still in contact with Rhaegar.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I can't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure he was helping him out.
Well, I was gonna say, like, even if he wasn't in contact, like, Sam found out through old documents in the Citadel, right? So I'm thinking, at a certain point in time, did he know? Like, was he the one to even, like, write it?
Yeah, that's possible. Because I would kind of think it's interesting, right? Him talking with one of his family members before he dies, because he probably hasn't spoken to one in decades.
He does seem to favor John over, like, basically everyone else in the Night's Watch, so wouldn't be surprised.
And I'm pretty sure the three-eyed raven in the show and the book is a Targaryen. I'm pretty sure we know that. But I can't remember.
And I think from the show, when, what was it, like, the piece of shit Night Watch dude, like, at the very beginning, who's telling, like, all the people to fucking beat up Sam or whatever. I can't remember his name.
Rast or Alistair?
Wait, say the second name again?
Sir Alistair Thorne.
Yeah, that guy. When they're all being, like, selected to, like, be, you know, like, for their duties at the Night Watch, Alistair, because he hates John, he, like, puts him on, like, I don't know, like a janitor role or whatever the fuck. And then there's one scene where it's him with the Maester, right? Maester Aemon. And, like, I think, like, one of his tasks is to just, like, feed the crows there, so, or the ravens. So, yeah, that might be pointing to it as well. But hey, man, none of it fucking matters, right? Because we already know how it all ends.
Yeah, that's when you gotta put your own headcanon into it, because that shit is unacceptable. Now, a lot of people think that Bran being the king in the end, people actually think that's what the ending was going to be in the books. I don't know why. I think he's the last person anyone would want as king.
If he's going to be a king, let him be king in the north or whatever, because isn't he, like, the last heir? The Starks? Because Rob's dead. The younger son is dead, right?
Yeah, Rickon.
Can't remember his name. Yeah, he's dead. Like, if they're gonna make him, like, just make him Lord of Winterfell. Yeah. But King of the Seven Kingdoms, I mean, dude.
And, like, no one in that universe would want a fucking cripple.
Nice.
Well, like, seriously though.
But yeah, it is true. Yeah, it is true.
And I don't know how they would react to people with his power too, right? They'd probably think he's like a fucking like a, I don't know, like a fucking weird person. I don't think they would actually want him to be king.
Probably not. Fuck.
Like, to me, sometimes doing the obvious thing, if it, obviously if it's done right, can be so good. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's gonna be good automatically. If they made John king, it would have made sense. Because it would have been interesting, right? If the same things happened but better, if she fucking laid waste to the city and then John killed her and then took the throne, they could kind of play it off like he maybe killed her because he knew that he would be because he would be king because he's the true heir. So they could have even played off of that.
Dude,
as well.
they missed an opportunity. They missed an opportunity. They could have had them do like a dragon battle, dude. John with fucking dragon he bonded with the green one or whatever, and fucking Daenerys with Drogon. But they didn't even do that, dude. They had that fucking thing sniped from out of the fucking sky. It's like they can hit it from like 2 miles up, but they can't fucking hit it when it's close to the ground. It doesn't make sense. It's all over the place.
And they can't see the fucking fleet when they're high up. That's literally the whole point of that, is it's like a fucking scout plane. They couldn't even fucking do that.
Oh, man. Yeah, this game.
But yeah, with stuff like that, you just have to put your own head canon. Where to me it ends at the end of season 6.
Yeah, but isn't this such a miserable thing to do, though?
Yeah.
Like I get why people do it, but it's just like it still doesn't like solve the problem, right? Like the problem is always going to be there. Because it's like the problem is two things, right? It's unfinished, so like we're never going to know truly what it is, unless of course we just do what you suggested, just like we each make our own canon ending or whatever, a resolution. And the second thing is we're constantly trying to forget about what was put into the show or whatever as like the canon ending. So it's like we're in denial constantly. It's like, yeah, dude, it's fucking time to move on. Done with it. Like, I'll read the books, and then I don't expect the books to be finished anyway, because that dude is never going to write them.
I've heard that he really likes attention, and I think the best way for him to get attention is for him to not write the book, so everyone's constantly like going at him to write them. I think if that's the case, he probably will never write them. Which is fucking retarded. Would you want to be the guy who didn't finish the fucking book series, that's your legacy, or the guy who wrote like the fucking best ending to a fucking book series ever?
Like, he doesn't hate Tolkien, but he does talk quite a bit of shit towards Tolkien, but it's like, at least Tolkien finished his fantasy story. It's like you didn't even finish yours. I don't know, it might just be one of those cases where he's just, I don't know, he's spent too much time on it and he's just kind of burnt out. He doesn't want to deal with it anymore. So
that is a good point, but why would you do so many other stories and then so many shows? Because he's still writing
Well, I
the
think
Dunkin' Egg.
a night. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
He's
from what
still
I
writing
understand,
those.
like a Knight of Seven Kingdoms. Didn't he like start that like in, was it like the 90s or whatever? Like that specific story?
Maybe. I don't know. Well, I don't know if it's that old.
Because when did the first book come out? Let's see.
96.
Okay, so yeah, the year we were born. Yeah, that's quite a long time. Dude, this guy's, wow.
Okay, so 98. I guess yeah, that at least the first one was pretty old.
Seven Kingdoms is 98.
Well, there's 3 different. They call them novellas, I guess, because they're too short. Yeah, 98 for the first one, at least for what I saw. The thing is about these Game of Thrones shows, other than season 7 and 8, I actually have more confidence in them making a good show than something like Star Wars or any of those. Which is kind of crazy with how bad season 8 was. At least they can course correct. At least somewhat.
What were they planning on doing next?
For Game of Thrones stuff?
No, Benioff or whatever, like the people who adapted.
They were supposed to do they signed a Netflix deal, but they haven't done anything yet, as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust them unless... I think they're good at adapting stuff when they have the person helping them. If they're doing it by themselves, I don't think they can do very well.
Well, at least we know if they do have the help, they're really good at it. But yeah, if they run out of source material,
Yeah.
yeah, fucked. Knights of Seven Kingdoms.
Few minutes. Just give me like a minute or two. Let me get my hail set.
Ready for the stats, boys?
Satanic lesbians rule the world.
Yes.
Here we are.
You ready? It's gonna drive you nuts. White people in the United States listen to country music more than any other racial group, with 54% of white adults identifying as listeners, compared to black adults, according to statistical data. Where's my money? Where's my money? Where is it? Where's my money? Where's my money? Where is it?
People on the far left, this is just it's a shift back to normalcy. However, I don't feel like it's going to be completely normal. I think you're still going to see things that you don't like. It's going to bother you. But that's kind of how the normal world should be. It shouldn't be a far right-wing message and a far right-wing narrative. It should just get us back to the middle of the road. And because we're so hypersensitive to so many things...
Dog, I got heart palpitations, dog.
Why are men committing suicide more than women then?
Because of
if they're
you.
not as...
Okay.
Damn.
That's it. That's the end of the round.
Actually.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Bar Fight. I'm Michael Knowles. I'm joined tonight by two guests. Our first guest dedicates most of her time to combating the patriarchy online. Please welcome Leftist Blondie.
I think we need to all realize,
I don't know if it's the reason, but I did have a monster, so maybe it's the caffeine. I'm not sure.
Where he takes on government overreach, corruption, and media bias, a noble pursuit. It's Brian Allen.
Do you drink Monster because you like the energy drink Monster, or do you just want something to like wake you up and give you energy?
I don't think it actually gives me energy. Like, I don't feel any difference. I don't know. I like the taste, and I like the quality of it. So many times with, I don't know, let's say it's a Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, especially Coke, any pop in a bottle, by the time you get near the bottom, it starts to get flat. With Monster, I find it stays the exact same through the whole, until the last sip.
Is there a cause for concern about that? Like, is there something in the drink that makes it stay that way? That could be harmful or whatever.
Well, I guess, like, what if it kept the carbonated for longer? I don't know. Guess it could be.
U.S. prepares to go to war with Iran. I'm Michael Knowles. This is the Michael Knowles Show.
Oh.
Yeah, have I told you? I think the second book for the first like maybe 40 pages is kind of slow.
The details
not even slow and like
totally announced, and it's got a
like
big Hollywood star
literally physically slow, but like
go to bubsnaturals.com, use code Knowles, KNWLES. Holiday season.
I guess it's kind of boring, but then it starts to pick up, and then it starts to get better like by far later.
The joints are creaky, the recovery takes longer.
Yeah, you mentioned it. I mean, I don't really mind it. Like,
93% of my power. But yours might be thinning. The nails are breaking.
I guess when I get to it, I'll see for myself.
It once did. That is where our sponsor Bubs Naturals collagen peptides come in. Your body's collagen starts declining in your mid-20s, which means that the glue that holds you together is quietly disappearing, and you really start to feel it. Bubs helps restore those collagen levels closer to.
It'd be nice if there's like a collagen fucking fusion technology that we could just fucking inject in our bodies.
Fill this stuff with junk. Zero sugars, no sweeteners, no weird fillers. It's sustainably sourced from grass-fed, pasture-raised cattle, and it dissolves cleanly in your coffee, water, or smoothie without taste or clumps.
Because collagen is the shit that helps keep your joints and everything healthy, right?
I strongly recommend this stuff. They've already got 100,000 happy customers.
So tomorrow I'm gonna go hopefully get the dresser, so I'll build it at some point.
Bubs Naturals by using code Knowles.
Sweet.
Just head to Bubs, BUBSnaturals.com.
I assume you managed to sell something on eBay.
After you purchase,
well, I wanted to wait for one of the expensive things to sell, but then they went on sale, so whether or not I sold something, I think I should probably just go for it now.
I learned yesterday from Andy No, the intrepid reporter.
I've sold 6 things. I have 7 things left.
That
So
an Antifa member who
know,
showed up to one of my speaking events now.
once I receive
2.5,
then my
almost 3
next
years
package
ago
of action
in
figures, I'm
Pittsburgh,
gonna have a couple
and
more
who,
to give
set
away
off an
because
explosive, seriously injured a female cop.
it comes with a Darth Vader
that guy's
that I
gonna
don't
get out of
need.
prison
So
early.
I should
According
add that to the collection
Andy,
of
a
sold
convicted Antifa
figures.
member and bomber who injured a female police officer with a homemade explosive has been released to a halfway house in his 60-month federal prison sentence. Brian DePipp and his wife pled guilty to trying to blow up people attending a Michael Knowles event at University of Pittsburgh in 2023. The female officer required surgery for her injuries. She was out of work for like a year. I mean, really messed up her life. Now, here's the key in Andy's reporting. The terror couple have remained unrepentant and are praised by Antifa terrorists for their political violence. His wife, Crystal DePippa, only received probation. She got a slap on the wrist. The plea deals, in both cases, really were pretty outrageous. At least the guy got a little bit of justice, a little taste of it. But, Andy goes on, both of them are seeking to violently overturn the system that has shown them great mercy. Let's go to nocomment.com. And this is a post from one of the Antifa groups that was supporting this terror couple. Good news, Pepe, I guess the guy's name goes by Pepe. Pepe entered the halfway house today, and what did he say? Here's a quote from him. I exited the closed prison today for the open prison of community confinement, a halfway house. From within and against these prisons, it is clear that abolition is only rational if we seek war's end. Abolition meaning the abolition of prisons. So I don't know why this guy is getting out early. I don't know why they're releasing him to a halfway house, because by all appearances, he's completely unrepentant. And I think this is true with a lot of the left. Well, I guess that explains it, because I think a lot of the left, including judges, including prosecutors, including politicians, they are unrepentant in their defense of political violence.
Dude, like Viserys is so fucking stupid, man.
Charlie was
What, the one from like a Daenerys' brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was too impatient. He's just like, I don't know. I think the difference between a Targaryen is they're all arrogant, but some have earned the arrogance and the others are just arrogant. So like in House of the Dragon, Aegon is just arrogant. Aemond is arrogant, but he earned it. Same with Daemon. And then the only thing that Rhaenyra has is a claim, a royal decree that I think is illegitimate. So
nice.
Well, that's actually happened before, right? I'm pretty sure in real life, a king announced the daughter as the heir, and every time that would happen, wars broke out, and just nothing happened. That was good, because a lot of his story is based off of real life. Like even the Red Wedding, I think it's called like the Black Dinner or something, somewhere in Scotland, where the similar thing happened, where I think it was for less than what the show was, because at least there was a war going on, and the House Bolton probably would have been wiped out around the time of the wedding if they didn't do it. Which I wonder, like, what the fuck happened for Roose Bolton to hate the Starks so much? Or is it just they wanted to own the North? I've always wondered that.
Yeah, I don't know.
assassinated, we saw that a huge swath of the left justified political violence, even celebrated political violence. Here we have this again. Now, The guy already.
What would you think about being Theon Greyjoy living with the Starks?
Well, I guess you could slightly compare it to something like Daron in House of the Dragon, where he went to another house, whether it's family or not, and was basically raised there. But in Theon's case, it was because he was a literal captive.
Yeah.
I'd probably, I don't know the word. Like, I'd have some contempt. That's not the right word. Towards them, but I would kind of be appreciative that they, even being a captive, they treated me, at least the children treated me as like an adopted brother kind of thing.
Would you watch Game of Thrones if they got actors that are accurate to the age they are in the books? Bro, I wouldn't be able to take it seriously.
Well, yeah, it would be kind of weird. Like, it wouldn't even, like,
Like, was Rob like 15 years old?
Yeah, like
in the first book, dude.
I guess in a way that is actually realistic.
Yeah, but like.
But for us, it's
like,
hard
dude,
to picture, right?
Yeah.
Like you know, have you ever heard the name Baldwin the Fourth?
King Baldwin.
King Baldwin. Okay, exactly. Yeah.
I've heard the name, yeah, but I don't know anything about it.
He was beating major strategists.
Oh wait, he was the guy with the mask, right?
Yeah, that dude, that fucking guy's so cool. Even though he's falling apart. Dude, when he was 16, he was already beating like the best strategists in the region. Like he was already he won all those battles. So it's like it is possible. But it's hard to see that, I guess.
That's probably extremely rare too, right? Like somebody like Baldwin.
Yeah,
like there's probably, plenty of young people that fucking die on their first, I don't know, their first fucking war.
Yeah, it seems like everyone is kind of young. At least like the younger characters are all young, so it's kind of crazy.
I remember watching an interview with George R.R. Martin, and I think it was Westeros, not Essos, but apparently he just basically, for the map, he just took Ireland and turned it upside down.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just like, wow, dude. I haven't verified that, but it's funny.
I've heard that, but I saw that the other day. It looks like it. Like if you think about it, it does look like it. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep.
With the softcover books, does it show you maps or anything?
Yeah, it has a map at the very front of the book, like the first couple pages or whatever.
Yeah. And then does it show you like the houses after the book's done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got like the compendium or whatever at the end. Now, I didn't read that before reading like the actual story. Maybe I'll do that like after, but yeah.
prison for at least 10 years, maybe more. He seriously injured people. He threw an explosive at them. He could have killed people. And he gets out within, what, 2-3 years? Halfway house. Not a good sign. And it's a reminder of the importance of elections. It's a reminder of the importance of holding political power. This is not just a game. This is not just debate club. We have an increasingly radicalized left, so radicalized that even The Atlantic magazine admits just last year that political violence now, terrorism, is primarily a left-wing phenomenon. They want to kill us. They have the support of many people within the government, and they are totally unrepentant. Not a good sign. We should pray for this guy and for his wife, hope that his heart is changed, his mind is turned. Not a good sign. Speaking of left-wing violence, really disturbing story, though not a surprising story, out of Florida. A Florida teenager, a girl, has murdered her mom and her stepdad for misgendering her because you probably knew how this story was going to end before I even finished it. You already knew. I paused on girl. You knew how this was going to end because it seems that every week now, maybe more than every week, there is another trans-involved killing. This girl who identifies as a boy killed her mom and stepdad for quote-unquote misgendering her.
What is it that you're doing or that she's doing that's not fair to you?
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans. So she'd be like, "Okay, you're not a real boy," and blah blah, and all, you know, the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Okay.
But
She doesn't approve of your lifestyle. She doesn't approve of that.
would you say that she was like trying to kind of meet me in the middle, but it wasn't really working all that well all the time. She would try to call me child instead of, because it's more like gender neutral rather than kind of meeting in the middle, I guess.
Okay. Is she misgendering you?
Yeah.
So when you guys are arguing, is she intentionally, you know, calling you she, or not using the appropriate pronouns, or not referring to you as Jasper and referring to you as Julia?
Wow. So here, the teenager is saying, yeah, and you know, my mom, she actually did try to meet me in the middle, and we just try to avoid the pronoun issue altogether, but I murdered her anyway. I don't have much to conclude about this story other than here's yet another data point, another day, another example of a trans-identifying person flying off the handle and killing people. We can ask why this is. There might be a physical explanation. I remember, this was probably a couple years ago now, I interviewed a gal who was transitioning to a boy, or you can't really do that, but pretending to transition to a boy, just like this one. And she said she was filled with rage and with much increased lust when she was injecting the testosterone. So that stands to reason maybe there was a physical cause of this. You know, just when you inject a girl with a lot of testosterone, weird things start to happen. But we see plenty of guys who identify as girls who also shoot people, kill people. So there might be a deeper problem here, which is that transgenderism is a rebellion against the most basic limits that are imposed upon us. It's a rebellion not just against a moral order or political order or a church or even a family, but against one's very self, one's very nature. So no surprise there that someone who would seek to kill oneself, the transgender transition is a kind of ritual suicide. This is why they refer to their names given at birth as dead names. You know, it's a kind of a rebirth, like a phoenix rising from the ashes in their minds. It's no surprise that someone who would kill one's own self in a ritual would also kill one's parents to liberate one from.
When you're reading the book, whose chapters would you say allows you to get a better feeling of the surroundings and like what actually is going on? Are there any characters that stand out like that?
I just want to default to saying Eddard. I feel like Eddard, he's at the center of most of like the political shit right now. I mean, yeah, Tyrion as well. I mean, we go with him to the wall. We're with him, you know, when he's going to the whatever the fuck it's called, the veil. Didn't really get much from Sansa or Arya yet, so I can't really say them.
Oneself, certainly one would try to liberate oneself from one's parents. In any case, the other thing to conclude from this is here is yet another example of left-wing violence that will not be counted in the statistics. Even to the point on the guy who tried to blow us up in Pittsburgh. And when the debates were happening after Charlie's assassination over the left and the right committing political violence, you heard this line from the left a lot. They said, well, actually, the left commits relatively little political violence. And you can look at the statistics and in the data sets. So I did. I went into the data sets, and I realized that the most prominent examples of left-wing political violence in the last few years weren't even showing up there, including the one against me in Pittsburgh. That didn't show up. The BLM violence that killed dozens of people, that didn't show up as left-wing violence. A lot of the trans violence, the transvestite who shot up the Christian school in Nashville, doesn't show up in registers of left-wing violence. And I bet this one won't either. They'll say this wasn't a political motivation, it was about identity and a family dispute, and they'll come up with all sorts of ways to cover up the problem. So we now know, even from liberal sources, that political violence is a left-wing problem, and they're not even counting much, if not most, of the left-wing violence. Okay, speaking of death and destruction, looks like we're about to go to war with Iran imminently. We'll get to that momentarily. First, though, I want to tell you about Ave Maria Mutual Funds. Go to AveMariaFunds.com/Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L. Folks, I believe that you should not compromise your values when it comes to investing. Why put your money into companies that go against what you believe in? That is exactly why I love our sponsor, Ave Maria Mutual Funds, and why I'm proud to serve on their board. I actually just got back from the Ave Maria Mutual Funds board meeting, and they're wonderful people, and they have a very, very impressive mutual fund, and multiple funds, actually. They've been around since the nuclear weapon, and we are on the brink of war with Iran. We've been hearing this for a long, long time. However, the situation does appear to have gotten a little more imminent. The U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem is telling diplomatic workers that if they want to leave the state of Israel, they should do so immediately. Not just catch the next flight back to the United States. The embassy is reportedly telling diplomats and staff, get on any flight out of Israel. Any flight to anywhere, and from anywhere, you can get a flight to the United States. But if you want to get out, you got to get out now. Would seem to suggest we are edging closer and closer to war. We've been waiting for this for months now. And you saw a similar buildup, actually, with Venezuela. A buildup of military assets outside of Venezuela for weeks and months, and then, before you know it, a strike. Well, we've been seeing a huge buildup of military assets in Iran. We've been seeing a buildup of a casus belli, the case for war, which says that Iran is trying to rebuild their nuclear program. Iran hasn't exactly been shy about that. They've said they want a nuclear program for a long time. They say it's only for peaceful purposes. I don't exactly believe the mullahs. But in any case, Politico is reporting an attack looks imminent. Senior advisors to President Trump would prefer Israel strike Iran before the United States launches an assault on the country. They think that would be politically easier for the administration if Israel launches the strike first. Israel, obviously, in much more imminent threat from Iran than the United States is. But the United States, because we're the global empire, has assets all over the region. So if Iran wants to hurt us, they can hurt us. We have assets all over the place, all over there. A couple takeaways here. One, the administration appears to be unified. The left is always trying to find little chinks in the armor. They're always trying to find little divisions of the administration, pitting Trump against Vance, or Vance against Rubio, or this advisor against that advisor, whatever. But when you look at the administration from the top on down, the president, the vice president, secretary of state, and everybody else, they're showing a unified front. They want a diplomatic resolution in Iran, but they're recognizing that Iran does have nuclear ambitions and that war is possible. The other takeaway here is President Trump clearly really does want a diplomatic resolution. I think most Americans do, because we still have trauma from the Iraq war, which was so bungled, so many times bungled, and so horribly bungled in the 2000s. So I think a lot of people do not want to go to war with Iran. They want to get rid of the mullahs, but they don't want to go to war with Iran. It's kind of like the public opinion polls in Minnesota. The majority of Americans want mass deportations, and also the majority of Americans think that ICE is going too far, carrying out deportations. Well, obviously those two things are in conflict. So, I think Trump wants a diplomatic solution. The fact that he keeps tipping his hand, the fact that you're getting all of this reporting from Politico and elsewhere, it looks like the U.S. is on the brink of war, to me suggests Trump is signaling to the mullahs, hey guys, make a deal with us because we're serious. If Trump just wanted to go to war with Iran, you wouldn't read any reporting about it. Now, how would war look? Got to give a hat tip here to the economist Philip Pilkington, great economist who writes for various post-liberal outlets and other outlets. He dredged up this report from the Brookings Institution in September of 2012. Headline: Simulated war between U.S.-Iran has a grisly end. This comes from an interview on NPR's All Things Considered, a show that I was actually on just the other day. I was on it 2 or 3 days ago. It's worth reading, and it's worth listening to the interview. Iran is not Venezuela, okay? Iran is not Venezuela. Iran is not Afghanistan. Iran is a real country, and the Iranian government has real contingency plans. So, on the one hand, we have to say, President Trump has a great record on foreign policy. President Trump, over the last decade, has earned a lot of grace and a lot of credibility when it comes to foreign policy, because basically every single thing he's done in foreign policy, I actually can't think of an exception, going back to the first term even. They've all worked out really, really well. Most recently, the strike on Iran's nuclear sites, obviously the decapitation of the Maduro regime in Venezuela, which kept the regime in place but took out the bad guy who was wanted in the United States, and dropping the Moab, and it's worked out pretty well. So even with Russia, the Ukraine war only really kicked off after Trump was booted out of office by the powers that be. So he's got a really good record, and that's why I do trust the admin considerably on this. However, Iran is not Venezuela. Iran is a real country. Iran is not Afghanistan. Iran is a real country. And the Islamic regime, look, we'd all love for the Islamic regime to go away. I was talking to some foreign policy people about U.S. grand strategy just a few weeks ago. So what do you think? Should the U.S. go in and get rid of the Iranian regime? And the universal answer seems to be, well, if we could do it in 88 minutes, if we could do it like the Maduro operation, boy, wouldn't that be great? No love lost for the mullahs, for the Islamic regime in Iran. They've been since 1979. So, yeah, that would be great. Would that it were so simple. But
nothing. Just being a retard.
Probably wouldn't be that simple. We don't know how that war would end. We could reinstall the Shah, or the Crown Prince, the son of the Shah. He seems to be the most unifying figure for Iran. Would he take? Would that work? Would it? Plenty of Iranians hate the mullahs, but would it descend into civil war and chaos? Would we have a repeat of Iraq? One point worth observing is that we have done coups in Iran before. 1953, there's a CIA coup in Iran, and that was when we got rid of the socialist Mossadegh, and we helped solidify the power of the Shah. That lasted until 1979. So you're talking 26 years. 1979, the mullahs come in. It's now 2026. We've wanted to oust the mullahs for almost twice as long as we had the Shah in there in full power. And the mullahs have held on almost twice as long as the CIA regime that we previously had in Iran. I trust this administration on foreign policy more than basically any administration in my lifetime. George H.W. Bush was very good on foreign policy, too. I was 2 years old during that administration, so I don't remember them one that well. But This is not the same decision as taking out Maduro in Venezuela, or dropping the Moab, or really any of the decisions we've seen in Trump's foreign policy. The stakes are very, very high here. If we strike Iran and it works out, it will be one of the crowning achievements of U.S. foreign policy of the last 100 years. And if it doesn't work out, it will destroy the Trump administration. Those are the stakes. Glad I don't have to make the call, huh? Those are very serious stakes. Speaking of Muslims, New York City workers, sanitation workers here, are in uniform saying a Muslim prayer before a meal in the office with the mayor. We'll get to that. Whatever happened to the separation of church and state? Seems like in America now we have a separation of church and state, but not a separation of mosque and state. We'll get to that. First, though, I want to tell you about Mizzen and Maine. Go to mizzenandmaine.com, promo code Michael, looking at March and April. Secret Muslims, but they just look like a bunch of New York Goombas to me. It's kind of weird to see them saying a Muslim prayer. What happened to the libs whining about separation of church and state? Don't we always hear that? You put up a Santa Claus in the town square. They say this is a sign of creeping theocracy. They say we need to get religion out of government. They pretend that the United States government is based on a separation of church and state.
What the fuck?
That's not true in the first place. I wrote a lengthy book, actually, in no small part about that, called Speechless Controlling Words, Controlling Minds, which is available, thank you, anywhere you buy fine books. But it shows us, actually, as that book endeavors to show, the libs don't care about the separation of church and state. They want to separate the state from your church. It's not that the libs don't like any form of religion. They don't like your religion. They don't like the true religion. They don't like Christianity. They love all sorts of false religions, though. Just like the libs' take on free speech. It's not that we need free speech or we need censorship.
Have you seen this shit? Like Jim Carrey got replaced.
Free speech. They're anti your speech.
I haven't actually seen it, but I saw people like talking about it.
Bro, this does not look like Jim Carrey, man. Like, it looks different. It's uncanny.
You will use the wrong pronouns, or else you're going to
I heard that it doesn't look like
They
him.
will impel plenty of speech, and they will ban plenty of speech.
Yeah,
They don't like your speech.
I think they got him, dude.
I'll go take a look.
Alrighty then. Okay. You know, I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy, but you know, it's then I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead. But
Okay, so he looks weird, but it doesn't even sound like him as far as I remember.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it looks like he got
Yeah, the thing
fucking
is-
cheek and nose implants or something.
Yeah, the thing is, Jim Carrey, he's been known to call out, like, secret societies in, like, previous interviews and shit, so wonder what the fuck happened to him, dude. Oh, there goes another one.
I made mistakes, and I was like a novice.
Okay, he looks like he's had something done. He looks like maybe filler, I don't know, Botox, panned himself up. His teeth even look different.
What is it with people always getting these fucking plastic surgeries, dude?
Look, the last time I saw you,
Dude, I have no idea. It makes them look fucking retarded.
and I'm noticing the cheekbones and stuff.
It's like they don't look young, they just look fucking weird.
Unless this is a clone. Either it's a clone, or a stand-in, or someone that looks like him, or whatever. But with everything going on now, I know it's one of the conspiracy theories that they clone you. But people say that the clones take just as long to grow as we do. So it's kind of like if you do have one, you would have been implanted in the system early for people, for them to use.
People are saying it's a clone.
Clone, yeah.
This is all allegedly. This whole video is all allegedly. I saw a list the other day that people were saying this is a list, and it wasn't from the Epstein files. I don't think it was, but it was from this one page, and he had a whole list of
Yeah, like I don't understand why they get these surgeries. Like they look stupid. It's a waste of money. I don't care if I had $1 billion. I'm not wasting money on fucking plastic surgery.
It basically was a threat.
It doesn't make them look better ever.
Talking about Joe Biden. You know, a lot of people think that Joe Biden is, you know, and even in the Epstein files are saying, look, it's not him. We all know that.
What if your wife wanted to get breast implants?
For a while was that the real Joe Biden had been executed in Guantanamo Bay for crimes against humanity.
Well, it would depend.
And
is it because she had kids or?
Why would you replace it? Why wouldn't you?
Oh, she just wants it.
I don't know how to ask why.
Why keep someone as a
Probably don't need them.
to make president? I don't understand that.
It's a waste of money.
Unless he was that important to the movement. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, there was a ton. When I tell you there were a ton of people on this list that had been supposedly replaced, like The Rock and Vin Diesel. And I was, I mean, Tom Hanks was on there, all these other people were on there. I don't know, but looking at this, to me, it seems like he's had several things done that have given him that.
But yeah, like it doesn't, like his voice doesn't even sound familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's over, dude. They got him. They got him. He's under the ground somewhere, dude. He's dead. He's fucking dead.
Well, maybe the psyop that they put upon us is that the clones have the aging time as us instead of like a quicker aging process. Because that's what everyone says, right? It's like, oh, it can't be a clone. Because the clone would still need time to grow.
So fucking crazy. What?
On the right track, back where I belong.
Dude, a manager at like a fast food restaurant fucking beat up a customer with a trash bin.
Nice.
It's fucking funny.
Where was that? Like what restaurant?
It's an American chain, Whataburger.
Okay, I've heard of Whataburger.
It's fucking hilarious. You can't even see the guy he's hitting, but he's just fucking swinging this thing, dude. Fucking hell, man.
Oh wait, yeah, you're the one that showed me the fucking Asians fighting in the restaurant, right?
Oh, yo, dude, that was crazy.
Holy fuck.
Dude, fucking polar bears are fucking massive, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, and they'll fucking kill the shit out of you.
Have you seen that one video of like a drone on like an island, and there's like 10 polar bears in like a house?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, my fuck. If you really tried, do you think you can out-eat your dog in like a day?
What would be the measurement? How we would measure that? Like just straight up pounds
I
of
guess.
food?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
'Cause every time I see a dog, I mean, they can finish a plate in like
Well, yeah, not speed-wise.
quarter of the time.
I wouldn't be good at eating fast, but I would think I'd be able to eat more pound for pound, even relative-wise, whichever way you calculate it. Like if they were like, hey, you'll win this amount of money if you eat this, yeah.
You think your dog could eat a pizza in one sitting?
I don't know if he likes pizza enough to do that, but probably not. And he's a grazer too, so he doesn't really eat really quick.
Whoa. So you only have dumbbells?
I have an easy curl bar and like I guess like a short bench press bar. I don't know what fucking deformed creature would use a bar that short, but yeah, I use the easy curl.
Like how long is it?
Shorter than 6 feet, I think.
Have you ever tried doing upright rows?
Explain what that is.
So it's basically you take like a pronated grip on the bar a little closer than shoulder width. So I don't know, maybe like your hands are
like a diamond push-up kind of thing.
Not so close. Like imagine you grip the bar, but then you don't wrap your thumb around. You stick it out where it's parallel to the bar, and you do that with both hands. And like
that's basically
if
what
they touch.
That's basically what I would do with after skull crushers, right? The burnout, but maybe a little bit further.
Okay, yeah. So basically, yeah, just like do that with both your hands where the thumbs are touching. Yeah. So that's the distance. You take you have a pronated grip of the bar. You're standing upright, and you just raise it alongside the front of your body until I don't know, you reach like the bottom of your pec, and then yeah, that's like one rep, and then go back down to
like explain the technique again, or like the movement.
Yeah, so you're standing upright. You have the barbell, right? You grip it pronated.
Yeah.
So you're wrapping your fingers over the bar, right? You're not taking it like a barbell curl. That same width apart for your hands that I mentioned before. And while you're standing upright with the bar, you raise it up. Like it doesn't have to touch your belly, right? But like it's going progressively up, and then you reach about either nipple level or just like right below that, like at the bottom of the pec. So it's kind of like an exaggerated shrug, if you want to think of it like that, where your elbows will flare out to the side because you're lifting it up.
Yeah.
I like doing that. And then, yeah, like, so once you raise it up to that, slowly lower it back down to the resting position where your arms are just basically in like a dead hang holding it. And then, yeah you just repeat that.
Well, yeah, that's like a shoulder / trap exercise, right?
Yeah.
That would probably be a good exercise for me to do, but with my fucking trap or with my scapula, I don't know if I should do anything that would engage traps purposely. Because it's stupid. Hey, don't do chest and shoulders for a while. I don't do chest and shoulders for 2 months. It gets worse. Like, does anyone know what they're talking about?
Just kind of have to figure out what works for you.
Well, I need a fucking exercise that hits my serratus anterior so hard that, like, it's about to get pulled. That's how fucking crazy the movement is. I need it to be, like, super engaged. Like, I need to engage it like chest is on bench press, how quads are on fucking leg press or squats, how calves are, how calves engage on a calf raise. I need that kind of level of engagement.
Yeah, because I feel like I basically get like a really good sore feeling After I do those, so like upright rows, side laterals, and shrugs. I feel like I covered like the majority of the places that I want with those 3 exercises, and whatever else I want to add on after that, it's just, up to my discretion. But they're fairly simple movements. Oh yeah, I'd probably throw in like a rear delt exercise, but pretty much working out like majority of the shoulders.
Yeah, I think one of my problems is my shoulders, or maybe it's my fucking rotator cuff. You think my rotator cuff is weak if like the entire area hurts when I'm trying to do a push-up?
So what I'm thinking is, you'll do something to strengthen the shoulder, and then the shoulder will be okay. But then you realize, oh, it's your rotator cuff, and then you'll do something to help the rotator cuff, and then you'll realize, oh,
My triceps
it's something
or my wrist or something.
Oh no, like what I was gonna say is like it's something like from the rotator cuff, it'll go down to something in like the mid, like lat area or whatever, they're down the back, and then when you try to correct that, it's something even more like deeper with the back or whatever. So if you were to ask me, say yeah, it's what you're experiencing with your tilt, that's probably fucking with the scapula. As to how it's doing that, I don't know, but
I think the scapula is a different issue. I think the issue I have now is just because I'm weaker, but I still weigh either the same or maybe slightly more. I don't know if I've gained weight. So that's why it's like I don't like the scapula. When even before when I was strong, like the scapula would be an issue, but it wouldn't make me weaker while trying to do chest. It would make me weaker doing shoulders. But my shoulders actually feel fine. Like I can tell my shoulders are tired, not that my shoulders are weak due to pain or discomfort. But I'm weak when I'm trying to do anything with chest, because it feels like I don't think it's my delt, but it's like the bottom of my deltoid, like where it inserts into the humerus. It feels like the bone is made of fucking like gelatin or something. It feels fucking horrible.
You ever try, like, I don't know, if you ever go back to, like, one of those physio places, you ever, try to have them, that tape on, like, a specific area? That they put, like, I see, like, athletes use it. It's like I don't know what the fuck it is. It looks like tape. They literally just, like, put tape on the area to, like, keep it, like a certain area, like, in tension, or...
No, I've never seen that.
Or, yeah. Let me look it up. I think it's called kinesiology tape.
I've never seen it.
That's something to look into.
Alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna get something to drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, some of the best analysis in the game, the world champion himself, Christopher Duarte Parasite. I got another world champ in the building, multi-Call of Duty champion, Dylan Attach Price. We got Call of Duty champion, head coach of Telluride Bush. Give it up for Don Dada Temp. And then, of course, we got the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benjay Nassim. Gentlemen, how we doing? How we feeling? Donnie, we'll start with you. Donnie, what's going on? Don Dada, talk to me.
I feel all right, man. I mean, nothing. Everyone I relied on today just failed me, except for Spartan. We'll get to him, obviously. Fucking him.
It's your boy right there.
But everyone I relied on today just fucking failed me. I'm feeling a little toxic. I'm gonna try not to be too mean. You know what I'm saying? Just because I got a triple header this weekend, I just don't want to come up, every night and just, be toxic. But yeah, I feel real negative right now.
I'm excited to get into it. I see studies at the the Stallions, baby. We gotta talk about them, huh? Duarte, talk to me. What's going on? How you been?
I'm good. I mean, it was an interesting day of COD. I don't think anyone, Ben actually said it. Ben said that not a single person got a single breaking point prediction correct, or more than one correct.
Right,
So
yeah,
I went 0 for 3. Dylan went 0 for 3. Ian went 0 for 3. He's dead last.
Not me. I got one.
I'm putting my foot down as executive producer. And next time Nev's on the show, we gotta have an intervention. Like, he's gotta know how we feel, not the fact that his predictions are fucking ass, respectfully.
I feel like he just can't get one. I don't know what's going on with Nub. I don't know what's going on with him. Benjay, talk to me.
Bullshit.
What's going on, Ben? How you doing? How you been?
I'm doing good, man. I go on vacation tomorrow, so I'm just kind of getting ready for that. And out to Colorado, so this will be the only show you guys will see from me this weekend, and a very weird day at COD. Very weird day at COD.
Yeah, very weird day for sure. Can't wait to get into it. Dylan Attach, looking good over there, Dylan. You got the same jersey as Cloud9 today. Looking good over there, Dylan.
I'm on top of the world right now. I got my Stallion jersey in the bag.
Man, come on, Dylan. Come on.
I don't think anyone in the world had them winning, but they won, so I'm gonna take it, man. I'm on top of the world. It's been a great day so far. It's beautiful today. I love life.
Yeah,
I love life.
Life is a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. The C9 motivating people all over the world right now. We're gonna get into it. But that's the last match of the day. We got to go into the first match of the day. We're not going to waste any time here. We're going to get right into the news and go over these matches. We got the Carolina Royal Ravens going up against the Boston Breach. And, man, this one goes all the way down to a last map where Carolina Royal Ravens are able to win that one 6-2. We start things off on a Colossus hard point where Boston went 250 to 189. We got an exposure, search and destroy, which goes to a round 11. Carolina win that one 6-5. A Den Overload where Boston win 4-0. A Den hard point where Carolina bounced back and went 250 to 109, and then a raid S&D, which of course was 6-2. For those of you that don't know, this is a new lineup to the Boston Breach. Sparty Supreme coming in for Boston, and I'm gonna be honest with you, he got costed here today. He had a 1.43 in the series today, 13,000 damage, which was 3,000 more damage from the guy with the second most damage in the series. Who's Nero, and then of course his squad. I mean, just not looking too good here. You got a .76 from Snoopy, a .83 from Purge, and a .96 from Nasty. So you got a 1.43 out of Spark, but everybody else in the negatives. On the other side, Exceed with a .93, but everybody else in the group.
What the fuck is that, dude?
Dog, you don't remember the goat, dog?
Well, you're playing it in like fucking quarter speed. I couldn't make it out.
It's Rob Ford, dog.
Oh shit. Dude.
Green, you got a 1.0 from Craze, a 1.06 from Lurks, and a 1.06 from Nero. Good series coming in from Nero. Scroll down, take a look at the match MVP. It's going to be Lurks with a 1.04 in Hardpoint, a 1.08 in Search and Destroy, and a 1.11 in Overload. The Stallions are showing out today. Dylan, let's go to you first. Carolina coming up against the Boston Breach. Boston, they bring in Spart. They're looking good, but Spart's playing well, but it wasn't enough. They're still losing, Dill. Boston's still losing.
Yeah, I mean, Spart got hard costed. It went from free Nasty to free Spart. This guy came in, dropped a bomb. He was frying every single respawn he was frying. And it just comes back down to the Boston Breach sub-duo. They're just letting us down left and right. Purge had a really bad stage 1. Since the major, he's been playing decent. And then Snoopy's just been getting shit on the last month. So I have no idea what's going on between those two. There's no synergy, no nothing. And Spart got costed so bad. Nasty had like a alright series. But this is just an ugly one all around, because I don't even think Carolina was playing good either. They almost got 1-5, came back on map 1. This could have very easily been a 3-0 if Boston just clutched up that map 2 S&D. But I feel bad for Spart. I know Don didn't have a lot to say about that, because that's his boy over there.
Yeah.
But Boston is definitely, they need to make one change. They need to make one more change. One of the SMGs got to go. I'm sure we'll get into it, who it should be. But, yeah, it was a bad series from the Boston boys, and I feel bad for Sparty.
Well, let's go over to you, Donnie. Obviously, you've got a lot of history with Spar. Obviously, he comes from your Challengers team. You've been coaching this guy for the last month or two. Man, what's going through your head? You see him come in, get this incredible series under his belt, but they still don't get the W. Man, what are you thinking right now, Don?
Said it the other day. I mean, Chris is fucking godlike. He's so clutch. He's such a good teammate. He's so selfless. But, bro, your subs win you the game. And COD, I'm going to be honest. Your sub duo is the most important thing on the team. AR is like a cherry on top. These subs are so low IQ. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Listen, I keep saying this. I've been talking about Snoopy recently a lot. I did not watch them. Maybe I picked a bad time to start watching. Since I have been following Boston Breach Snoopy, past 4 matches, this guy is off. He is literally YYing. He is literally just people, Kenny YY. He is literally YYing, jumping with the bomb and taking the bomb to back jungle on Raid S&D. He took the bomb back jungle on Raid S&D. That's what I've seen. I haven't seen, Snoopy, he got top 3 one time. We used to cry when we would get top 3. We literally, damn, we got top 3. We were so close. Motherfuckers got top 3 at one event. He's so good, bro. We just gotta keep this guy in the league for the next 10 years. He's the next shot. What the fuck? He took the bomb back jungle. Like, bro, that is literally a fake play. Plant the bomb. The fuck? He took the bomb back jungle.
I don't know. A pro player made a really dumb play, and the way the guy is criticizing him, he has a good point. The guy took the bomb to the enemy spawn and then died by himself. So the bomb's now in the enemy spawn. So they lost him for free. And then he called it a fake play. Oh my god, that's funny. See, dog, when something's so bad, it becomes fake.
Bro, that is literally a fake play. Plant the bomb.
There was a couple plays where they brought the bomb back there. There wasn't just one.
Yeah,
there was
we'll get
multiple.
into the clips, but even the one before that was even worse, maybe. I don't even know. It was bad.
Were you going to say something,
Dylan? He's hitting the corner. By the way, he was hitting the corners, not even like looking to shoot his gun. He's just YYing. He literally just YYing.
Benjay, anything you want to add to the series? What you think, Benjay?
So it's a weird series. I don't know what Carolina keeps picking or allowing Colossus Hardpoint. They must. I'm sure the grid on it in scrims. That's why they keep scoring, but they cannot buy one on this map in an actual match. And it really comes down to how bad they are on the P4 at times, like that. I think, Jay, I don't remember if you were casting this map or someone else was, but someone said that they're statistically the worst team on the map on that hill, which is crazy. So a bit troll out of veto, but I think Don said it best. Like the limiter on this Boston team is just the lack of firepower on the sub duo. And we talked a lot about Purge on this show. I think obviously he had another bad series, and he just struggles to slay consistently at this level. Struggled last year at times too. It's so weird to me because Snoop last year, there was one strength in his game was S&D. Like he was one of the better search players in the league last year. Was great at getting floods. Was great at getting kills per round. Was great at damage. And I don't know what happened this year, but he's really, really struggled in the mode. And to Don's point, like that last map just really started off with him just scamming around that they should never throw away. So this is a big one for Boston at seeding, Tom. We're going to talk about now with C9 getting a dub on the board. If you're Boston, you're 1-4 now. You can't lose to C9 because there's a good chance that you are getting 11th and 12th seed and not going above it.
Duarte, let's go over to you. Boston, their struggles continue. A lot of people are talking about the Sun Machine duo. Where's your head at with these guys, Duarte?
We talked about it already. We said that they needed to make a 2-person change. They went with the 1-person change, and it still wasn't enough to move the needle. Despite him having an egregious performance, that as much as I think Spar is good, I don't think he's going to drop 1.4s every series, and they still can't get a dub on the board. They're fucked unless they make another change. And also, listen, Snoopy has been this he's been touted as the next Shotzi and all that stuff. And we always said that he had a lot of mechanical skill and he makes the wrong plays. Well, he's still making the fucking wrong plays, and now his mechanical skill just doesn't seem to be there either. I don't know what it is, but he's just not good at this game. He has not found his footing at all. I can't even remember the last time I've seen him have a really good map. Maybe outside of the odd S&D here. He's got to go.
Yo, who needs their toilet fixed? Because there's plumbers everywhere!
There we go. There we go.
And as much as Purge,
he's not wrong though.
Purge may not be the best of the team either. I don't think Purge's role on his team is to be that fucking insane slayer. Purge usually is the person that makes higher IQ plays and takes risks and baits. He's sure. Right, he's not that person. They need a high slaying, impactful SMG on this team to really actually make them a lot more competitive.
Things with identity politics and all of that, we are going to see these things stand out like a sore thumb, but it is a good move. It's a net positive for sure. It's just not the net positive that a lot of people maybe are hoping, and it's also not the insanity that the left wingers are saying either.
Imagine for a moment if there was a network that catered to their interests. Now, as you can probably surmise, the prospect of a multi-billionaire with conservative leanings merging two of the biggest studios
Damn dog, the goated game
went down about as well as expected with the usual crowds. Oh dear, it's a bit scary when you don't have an absolute stranglehold on modern culture and have to compete with other creatives that don't share your particular worldview, isn't it? Pass me the world's smallest violin, will you? I mean, considering Ellison owns Paramount already, his first order of business should have been to nuke Kurtzman Trek from orbit, decanonize every show they've ever sharted out into the world, and have the entire secret hideout team forcibly escorted out of the building.
What would you do if Jeffrey Epstein came to your front door and he's asking you, can I hide here?
Money, but whatever you do, just get those useless retards out of there. But what about Warner Brothers' other IPs like Lord
What if he just offered you up a child?
Harry Potter and the entire DCU?
Well,
I'd be lying if I said they weren't going to fall under.
What if he's just like, this is, there's more to come. I'll get you, your fucking might, just let me fucking hide here, just take this fucking kid for the time being.
Well, I guess I'll take the kid and make sure he can't do anything.
Nice.
That being said, I'm not going to pretend that this is an ideal outcome by any stretch, and I don't particularly love the idea of independent studios merging together into homogenous mega corporations, because let's be honest, it's bad for competition and bad for creativity. But on the other hand, if ever there was a definitive signal,
I wonder where all his money went after he got arrested / killed.
Message has come to an end in Hollywood. I think this might be it.
How rich was he?
I mean, the shift we have seen
I don't know,
in
like
recent years
3 to
is
6
pretty
billion or something.
incredible.
Oh.
And I think it's going to take still more time for sure for us to really
Whoa.
see this because, I mean, even like, I don't
You see
know
that?
when
No.
Star Trek,
Yeah.
Starfleet Academy was greenlit. I would have to assume that was a few years ago or whatever. So you're seeing that cancer still within the industry, and you're still going to see things like that. It's not going to be where, I mean, look at, Twitter is a perfect example.
I think that was the connection.
When Elon bought Twitter,
Because
he
my
cleaned house.
my
At least
YouTube
that's what we
wasn't
perceive.
lagging or anything.
Elon is going to clean house, and it's going to be this amazing
Just gonna shoot
place,
BBs.
yada, yada, but it's not really, like, it's, Twitter is better. Certainly is better. But it's not like the most incredible thing ever. Twitter still has a ton of problems. There's a ton of censorship still on Twitter, and it's still just not what we all hoped it to be. And I think that's what the Paramount thing will ultimately
Dude, why does no one fucking go upstairs on this
is
map anymore,
going
dude?
to be something that there's still going to be a ton of problems, and people that have high expectations for this to be a MAGA right-wing movement are going to be disappointed. And the people on the left, well, I mean, they're already retarded, and they're
I
going to
vaulted.
be disappointed.
I don't know
no
why
matter
you can
what.
aim
So
in
they're going to
and
be,
vault.
They're going to invent
It's like might be the
that
dumbest
this is
thing
some
I've ever seen.
right-wing narrative already, so it really doesn't matter what those freaks think. But then you're going to have people in the middle, and like I said with Twitter,
Why not,
point
dog?
out how terrible Twitter
So I wanna
is and
jump,
all the
not fucking
problems,
vault.
and that's just kind of the nature of the beast, but Twitter is still better than it was under Jack Dorsey. Even though it has problems, it's still better.
Dude, why am I fucking mounting? Dude, I don't want to fucking mount on a goddamn sandbag, dude. I don't have an LMG with a bipod.
To be, but it's still better. That's what you're going to get with Paramount. You're going to have people that want this to be so much better than it is, and then you're going to have people so disappointed that they're not going to be able to realize that, wow, this is better. It's not what you wanted, but it's so much better than what came before it. And that's what I think we're going to do. So we'll see.
Great experiment that's decimated pop culture for the past decade is well and truly over. Good fucking riddance. The only question now is when can the age of rebuilding begin? Anyway,
Wow, the medic
that's all
kills
I've
the
got
guy and
for
just stares
today.
at his body.
Go away now.
Good stuff from the drinker. And of course, we do have, you know, stuff on newspapers about this, full coverage of everything that's going on, because it is a huge story in the world of not just entertainment, but pop culture and so many other, you know, this is going to affect everything. For better or for worse, it will affect everything. Hail to the critical drinker. And yes, he will be in Orlando with us, along with Gary and the G&G crew, Ripa. It's going to be awesome. So hopefully a lot of you will come out there and hang out with us for MegaCon. It will be awesome. Will it though? Meaning what? Will it what? Will this be better? I do think this is going to be better. How much better is the question, but yes. Especially considering Netflix was in the running to get this. Anything is better than Netflix at this point in time. Because we've seen what Netflix is willing to do. We've seen everything, all of the garbage that they have put out there, so this is much better. There's one tweet that I want to show if I can find it. I'm having trouble tracking it down right now, because there was a lot of freakouts yesterday, man. And I mean, these people are acting like the world is coming to an end because of this. This is all they are panicking, they are flying, they are screeching. It's been pretty glorious to see, because these people are retarded. Are you still going to watch Marshall's?
What?
Yeah, the Yellowstone spinoff. I'm going to watch it, but I don't have super high expectations for it. but I am gonna check it out. Same with the Madison or whatever. Again, as I've said, I'll almost certainly watch anything that Taylor Sheridan is part of. With the exception of Lioness, I'm not really going to watch that one. But generally speaking, yeah, Taylor Sheridan's a writer or a producer on something, I'm going to check it out. Because he is, I would say Taylor Sheridan is probably hitting at about 80% for me. Probably. Most everything that he's done, even when you're talking about, obviously his shows, you know, Yellowstone, Tulsa King, Mayor of Kingstown, I'm watching that right now, it's very good.
What?
We all know his TV shows, but the movies he's been involved in too. I believe he wrote Sicario, Wind River. I think he directed Wind River. He wrote Hell or High Water. True Detective, he did not work on True Detective. Even though True Detective is amazing, he didn't work on that. To my knowledge, he didn't anyway. But yeah. So the guy is very, very good at what he does. Landman, yes, Landman is fantastic. So, I mean, the guy is got a good resume. Very good. He may even be up to 90%, but yeah, I can't bring myself to watch
These guys are just elusive today, dude.
I know that there's people that are saying it's good, but I personally,
What?
I don't know. I'm a fan of
These
Billy
guys
Bob
are elusive tonight.
I got green skin, but I'm not really
Oh,
interested in
slippery
watching her
snakes.
boss a bunch of military men around. It seems next level cringe, in my opinion. Okay, so that's that. This Warner Brothers deal is huge, and I think everybody needs to pay attention to what's going to actually happen. I think he directed it too. Don't forget that trash Angelina Jolie movie he wrote. I think he directed it. Which one was this? Something about Taylor Sheridan? An Angelina Jolie movie with Taylor Sheridan? I'm not familiar. He may have. And this is where his conservative politics really come into focus. Really? It came out like 4 years ago? I don't remember that. Rick said Yellowstone is mid, in my opinion, just couldn't get into it. I thought the first 3 seasons of Yellowstone were phenomenal. And then that final season was really bad for obvious reasons. But Yellowstone was woke as fuck if you paid attention. I wouldn't say it's woke as fuck, but it did have some wokeness in it. But woke as fuck, I think it's, you know, there's some stuff that's woke as fuck. Yellowstone had some woke elements, for sure. I like what is the Angelina Jolie Taylor Sheridan movie? I don't know what this is. I'm curious about that. And if you haven't seen Wind River, you need to watch that. That's got Jeremy Renner and what's her name?
That guy's mad as hell, dude.
From the Marvel movies. What the hell's her name? I'm not drawing a blank. Oh, yeah. What's her name? The Olsen girl. Elizabeth Olsen. There it is. Elizabeth Olsen. So that is a phenomenal movie. I'm pretty sure he wrote and directed that one. I think. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on. Someone just sent something to me. This is kind of scary. Here we go. A new G.I. Joe movie is in the works. Max Landis and Danny McBride are writing separate scripts. Then Paramount plans to blend the 2 scripts into one film. Listen. I just don't want anybody, like at this point, I just don't want them to even do anything with G.I. Joe. I would rather them just There are so many good stories out there. And G.I. Joe, you could do so much with G.I. Joe. You could do incredible things with G.I. Joe with the amount of characters and the amount of stories, and you have this new patriotic kind of mentality in the country. There's so much you could do with it. Now, I could take the two live-action G.I. Joe movies, and I could splice those together, and I could make a decent story and film out of that. But the parts that you leave out are horrible. Like, for instance, this shot right here is from the second one. Cobra Commander was cool as shit. Snake Eyes was awesome. Storm Shadow was awesome, and Snake Eyes was awesome. And outside of that, everything else, like, nothing else worked. So, I don't know. We'll see, but I guess this is better than the Transformers, because the last Transformers movie teased a G.I. Joe collaboration. Now, if you look at the comic run currently going on with G.I. Joe right now, it's some of the best G.I. Joe we've ever seen.
Holy fuck, dude, I have no aim assist. What is that, yo?
Back in the day, even though I love Cobra La, I love the storyline, a lot of Joe fans hated it, and the fact that they decided to bring Cobra La back into these stories and intertwine them, a very ballsy move. So I guess we'll see what happens. But you could make a great G.I. Joe movie. I just don't have a lot of faith that's actually going to happen. So time will tell. No to a very woke G.I. Joe movie. And that's exactly what it's problem. This is almost as bad as when Elon bought Twitter. I mean, I don't know if I agree with that. Elon buying Twitter meant I got my Twitter account back. The day that he took over Twitter, the day that it was official, was the day that my account got unsuspended. And my account has been suspended for a year prior. Do you think we'll see Blacklist stars like Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon come back now that the Elephants are going to rule about 70% of Hollywood? I mean, you would think that you would see something like that. You would think, I mean, listen. You want to make a G.I. Joe movie work? Gina Carano as Lady J. Done. Okay? Gina Carano as Lady J. Sign me up right now. Sign me up. Boom. You can make Dean Cain Clint. Okay? Boom. Ryan Gosling is Duke. I know Ray Park has had a lot of shit going on. I'm not sure if he's in a position to be Snake Eyes at his age, but we'll see. Who should play Cobra Commander? An absolute nobody. Hire a cheap actor who's just thankful to be in this movie.
By the time I knew it was a person, I already switched my
gun. Who
gun.
has to put it in his contract that he needs to take the fucking mask off. Hire a nobody, pay him $1,500, and leave the fucking mask on. And let Alex Jones do the voice for Cobra Commander. That's right, Alex Jones is Cobra Commander. Let him do the voice. Ellison's listen to me, okay? Just listen to me. Is this it right here?
Welcome back to Infowars News. We're now joined by humanitarian and overall secret arrest commander living this night. Mr. Cobra and associate, Megas Minion, calling North Korea. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Cobra Leader. You pathetic little work. How dare you call me Mr. Cobra? I am Supreme Cobra Commander. You call your petty bureaucrats, officials, and authorities. You will feel before Cobra or face my wrath. You pathetic little worm. How dare you call me Mr. Cobra? Your supreme...
Oh man, so I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. There is a better one with, he does the Cobra Commander voice. If I can find it. I don't know why that's not showing up. Wait, so he does Jesse Ventura?
You know, there's a lot of gloom and doom going on, a lot of serious things that face society, but humanity's always faced with serious issues. But we have a lot of fun behind the scenes. I've been doing Cobra Commander imitations and Jesse Ventura imitations during the breaks, and John is asking me in IM right now to do those on air. I don't know, John, what do I get? You know, for acting the fool. I do enjoy screwing around. I have to get the Jesse Ventura mindset. I have to flash back to him screaming at my camera guys in a fun way. Huge arguments in the car with my spoiled colleagues who I could hardly conduct interviews driving in the car with them because they were enjoying.
You know, Alex, Navy SEALs, we don't get angry, we just get even. And we take our time. You gotta sleep sometime.
I'll do one later. All right, you want to hear Cobra Commander, John? You know, I should wait until I bring up the police state and how our police wear Cobra Commander uniforms. That was part of predictive programming through TV. They even drive the same black ATCs or what they call hissmobiles. Yes, I watched the show too. I didn't watch the later series, but I was like 9, 10. It first came on TV. And you've got the international terrorist, you've got the international arms dealer, Jethro, and that's basically the Donald Rumsfeld in the Carlisle group. You want me to do the Cobra Commander, the cover screen? You really want it? Okay. Actually, come on there, John, and back, and I'll do it.
Please, Jones, do it.
I did it last week in here before the show, and people were in the other office.
He's working
on
like,
is that a chainsaw in there? Everybody came running in here, but I don't want to hurt my voice actually doing this is like morning radio now. I've got to stop it. I've got to control myself and get into the news here. It's all extremely serious. There may come a time we're not even on air if things continue down the road like they are right now. And I wish to God I hadn't screwed around, but you know what? We got to hold fun, don't we? All right, here we do a Cobra. See, now once I'm in the spot, I start to do a proper Cobra Commander. You know what? I'm gonna keep everybody on the edge of their seats. Later, when it feels spontaneous,
damn it! Come on, Alex. There we go.
To the Cobra. That's not as good as the one I did earlier. Let me try another one here. Cobra. That's not as good as the earlier one, was it? It's pretty good. People are probably going, what on earth? There you go.
Dude, that is spot freaking on. Hire this man to do the voice for Cobra Commander. That's my casting right there. Hire a nobody to be in the suit. Keep the mask on. Bring Alex Jones in to do the voiceover. Boom. Talking about a $1 billion movie right there. All right. Anyway, because there is a lot to talk about still. Let me see. Marilyn says you won't please everyone. This stuff takes time, and everyone is so hypersensitive if things don't change immediately to their exact needs. They cry just like all those that cry about Trump's second term. 100%. 100% agreed. Gold Center says, why didn't Trump talk about Epstein in the State of the Union? Why is Trump not testifying in front of Congress? Why is the DOJ investigating deleted emails about Trump from the Epstein file? Yeah, there's an article I got for you. I don't know if I can find it. I think I can just recite it, though, because I do remember it. So let me ask this one more time, so we have the question very clear here. Why didn't Trump talk about the Epstein? Why is Trump not testifying in Congress? Why is the DOJ investigating deleted emails about Trump and the Epstein? Because fuck you. That's why. Any other questions? I will not answer them unless you send them in 20 minutes. But it's because fuck you. And And next time, if you send anything lower than 20, I ignore you. So $20 and up, then I will respond to you. And we know you don't have it, so you're not getting another question answered. Ryan Miller got that one. Alex Aerocave says MegaCon merch tax Meta PC code 199. Matt North says Paramount is better than Netflix. Prove me wrong. Oh, it is absolutely better than Netflix. Ryan Black Girlfriend says money or snatch gets money. That's the way of the world. I wonder who that tax is. Who that tax? Doug Dixon, thanks, Doug. 2 birds with 1 stone tax. Let's see. I wouldn't mind a CobraCast coffee. A lot of people still want the CobraCast 199 coffee, huh? Omar's Bar Music says I was late for the pre-stream tax, so here is the early midstream premenstrual tax. Philip Beller says it's been a year since I have been in Twitter jail. Mar Millen for excitement you have had in your life since you discovered gay porn. Okay, this is the greatest moment since then, because we know when you discovered gay porn, that was the best day of your life. But this will be the second best day of your life, being acknowledged by all of these people in the chat on the single most important live stream in history. Okay, so there you have it. John freaking Murdoch for 50 says, hey Jeremy, I thought I'd super chat earlier in the stream. Thought last night was quite funny. You know, that was funny because the funny part was that you made Jessica mad. You made Mrs. ABF very mad. And she called you out on it. I saw that. She was she says even I was laughing despite what many may have thought. Hey, we got an extra clip. We got the Ben Shapiro clip in there, all because of you. So, hey, we're good. Check this out. Several Hollywood insiders are casting doubt on whether David Ellison's pledge to release 30 films a year in theaters after acquiring Warner Brothers is realistic. The company is seeking up to $6 billion in cost savings by eliminating duplicative operations in theatrical. That likely means consolidating marketing and distribution. These Hollywood people are losing their minds over this. I am very, very happy to see this. What comes around goes around. That's truly what we are learning right now. What comes around goes around. I like how the Variety is reporting on this G.I. Joe project, and they said this project will be a return to a major studio for Landis, whose career imploded in the wake of Me Too. So many people have been Me Too'd. I don't even know what Max Landis was Me Too'd for. I don't even remember this. I don't even remember him. I vaguely kind of remember him being caught up in something, but I don't remember. There's so many people that have been caught up in this shit. It's laughable at this point in time. New boss, same as the old boss. I don't know, man. I'm not sure I agree with that. However, I can't say that you're 100% wrong either. We're just going to have to see how this all works out. Time will tell. Wait a minute. Is it official? Warner Brothers Discovery just officially signed a $110 billion deal with Paramount, which transfers Warner Brothers Discovery to the Larry Ellison Media Empire. Is it official? I didn't think it would be official this quickly. Like, I need to know, is it officially done? I'm looking to see. Yeah, I still feel there's a lot of regulation approval that has to go on and things like that. Paramount has signed a deal with Warner Brothers Discovery to acquire the company for $110 billion. I don't know, man. I still think there's a lot. No, I know. There's other people that are saying it. I know Dom. I know he clickbaits a lot. So I do get it. But other people are saying that too. Rob says Max Landis was an abusive and bad boyfriend. D-Day Cobra. Take that for what you will. Yeah, I mean, this is where the Me Too movement has no credibility whatsoever. Just like Me Too 2.0 has no credibility whatsoever. So when I hear that someone was Me Too'd, I like even someone. If you guys remember, years ago, there's a guy named Andy Signor, and I made a video about him because he got Me Too'd. He ran the YouTube channel Screen Junkies. And I never liked Andy back then, and I made a video where I basically said, I don't like Andy Signor, I don't trust him, I don't yada yada yada, but he got railroaded by the Me Too movement. And I think that I called out like all the people at the company that threw him under the bus, and then he reached out to me, and he was like, "Ah, man, I can't believe," like, he's like, "It's funny you say you hate my guts, but you're willing to have my back on this." I was like, "Hey, I just call it like I see it." I had him on Geeks and Gamers, and we talked about all of that, but he got completely railroaded by Me Too. And you know, he was part of that leftist world and his Trump derangement syndrome back then and all that. I know he's doing his own thing now. I don't talk to Andy or anything like that, but the point was that Me Too movement, he was one of the first victims of that. And even as somebody I couldn't stand, I still was able to take my opinion of him and separate it from the fact that the Me Too movement railroaded him completely. So, Me Too made it where women are complaining about men ignoring them now. Boo-hoo. Agreed completely. Cheesy Terry for 20 says, Jeremy knows from experience that finding male on male spicy videos was the best days of gold standards life. F censorship. I've said many times, you know, all these people say, oh, Jeremy's intimidated by women in movies. And I'm like, there is a whole genre of movies where I only watch movies with just females in them. In fact, that entire industry, the most dominant films are all female-led films. So I don't know what they're talking about with, like, you know, female representation and not being, you know, something that people are willing to go check out. I disagree completely. That in that industry, in that world, those are the most popular ones. Dude, I know from experience. Let's see. Johnny Sins carries that industry. Alex becomes a new member. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that. You're talking about musicals, right? Yeah, 100%. Just musicals. Just musicals. What is this right here? Bill Clinton, who has a long history with Epstein and took 26 flights on his plane, releases a statement saying he did nothing wrong. Good old Big Willie style, did nothing wrong. Slick Willie. Reality is glitching. Is something happening? Something going on? Oh, no. If you know, you know. All right? Simple as that. Bring back Batfleck and Cavill. I don't know. I don't really want Ben Affleck back. I do think Henry Cavill's great. But I wonder if his time has passed for being Superman. I'm not sure. We shall see. Are they still live over here? So these idiots, they're just... I gotta be like Fox Now and just replay old shit. Just replay old shit on my live channel. Because that's what Fox Now is doing. They're just replaying old shit while nothing else is going on. Trump did say a couple of interesting things today. Let's go ahead and talk about those right here. That ship has sailed? I think so too. With Cavill and Superman, I think that ship has sailed. We had a couple of comments from Trump. I believe he said something to the effect of, we might have a friendly takeover of Cuba, I think is what he said. See if I can find it. Oh, right, and this shot right here. Look at all the people cheering for Trump. Look at all those thrilled young staffers bidding farewell to President Trump for the weekend at the White House. Look at that, man. Optics are just unmatched.
Primaries, try and win the midterms. That's a tough balance for presidents. And he's doing that right now.
Aura.
And thinking about, on the plane, I'm sure he's talking to his team about these decisions he has to make. Let's listen in. Primaries.
Unmatched aura, dude. You just can't recreate that, man. He has aura you can't teach. And he knows the optics game better than anybody. Young, vibrant man. Donald Trump could play Superman. Make it happen, Ellisons. Dude, Ellisons, you really want to break their brains? Go ahead and make Trump Superman. President Trump says he's not considering a national emergency for the 2026 midterms. Are you considering national emergency around the midterm elections? Who told you that? We need voter ID and citizenship. Pass the Save America Act.
Emergency around the midterm elections. There's been reporting that there's an executive order, proposed executive order about this. Are you looking at that? Are you considering that?
Who told you that? President Trump just revealed the greatest Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, is dealing with Cuba. There could be a friendly takeover.
Well, Cuba's doing very badly. They're failing. Cuba right now is, to put it mildly, a failing nation. And I've been hearing about Cuba. I said before, since I'm a little boy, I've been hearing about Cuba, and everybody wanted to change. And I can see that happening. Marco Rubio is dealing on it, and at a very high level. And, they have no money. They have no...
Do questions with the helicopter engine blasting. I love when this happens. Like, they're trying to ask him questions. You got all this sound in the back.
Oil, they have no food. And it's really right now a nation in deep trouble, and they want our help.
So we'll see what happens with that. So should be interesting to see how this all plays out. Rubio, president of Cuba. Maybe. All right, so right here, Paramount has agreed to pay Netflix roughly $2.8 billion to exit the existing deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. Later today, Paramount is widely expected to officially announce its acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery. I thought the buyout was $5 billion. I thought the exit buyout was $5 billion. I'm not sure where 2.8 came from, but maybe there's something I'm not aware of, but I thought it was $5 billion. So maybe, I don't know. California Post, is this even a real thing? Paramount finally closes blockbuster deal for WB, outbidding Netflix. You're looking at a fundamental shift, ladies and gentlemen, a fundamental shift. Hey, the Africa expert is calling me. Hi, Africa expert. I am streaming.
Oh, you're streaming? Call me later.
All right, bye. The Africa expert calling me. Yeah, I texted him last night and he never responded. So that's probably what it is. Oh, by the way, I got to show you this. All right? You have to see this. Speaking of Gary, I'm glad he called me because it made me realize he was on Piers Morgan. And this is one of the greatest moments in Piers Morgan history right here, okay? You gotta watch this. This is some legendary shit right here, okay?
Let me ask Nadrotic this, because Nadrotic has been involved in you've been involved in a social media war with one of YouTube's biggest movie reviewers, Grace Randolph. Let's take, we got a clip here. Let's take a look at this.
Sure. Not everybody, but there are certainly a lot of people online who are defending Mr. Davidson's right to say this word because they want to say it. And that's really the problem. I mean, really take a hard look at anyone who's defending Mr. Davidson and ask why. I'm sure some of them are genuine, but some of them are not. And that is the issue.
Nadrotic, I mean, your response to Grace Randolph, who just sounded so dumb in that clip. Just dumb. Ignorant, ill-informed, dumb. And then decided to single you out.
Oh, yeah, she did. And my response is probably going to offend a lot of people here. My response was, you are fucking retarded. I'm not going to deny it hasn't been fun. Because it's been fun. It has. Watching her retardation get exposed to the world.
So you guys need to go over here to Nerdrotic Daily and check out the video. Perry Chan with great editing. It's probably Perry Chan. I don't think that was QB. I think QB does the main channel stuff. But what an opening, man. What an opening. We got to watch it one more time, okay? Here we go.
I'm sure some of them are genuine, but some of them are not. And that is the issue.
Nadrotic, I mean, your response to Grace Randolph, who just sounded so dumb in that clip. Just dumb. Ignorant, ill-informed, dumb. And then decided to single you out.
Oh, yeah, she did. And my response is probably going to offend a lot of people here. My response was, you are fucking retarded.
Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, absolutely fantastic work from Gary Perry Chan. You guys got to go check that whole video out though. So good, so good. That smirk, the body language, all of that. It was absolutely perfect. Okay, no updates right now. Big Willie Style is still in the he's still in the hearing, so nothing, no update there. And we do have to talk about something, okay? A few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, it was announced that Ryan Hurst was going to be cast as Kratos in the God of War television show from Amazon. Okay, hey, I didn't think that was a bad choice. I thought, man, I like Ryan Hurst. He's great. That I never even thought about him being Kratos. Great. Okay. That's an awesome. It seemed perfect. Well, we got our first image of the God of War television series today. Oh my goodness. This is bad. This is really bad. I was not expecting it to look like this. A lot of people are saying Atreus looks like what's the little dude's name that Mike Tyson thought the baby was? Hezbollah or something like that. It's just, he looks like he's pooping. I know what he's doing, you know, but it looks like he's pooping. He doesn't look serious. It looks like AI. It doesn't look serious. This is horrible. Now, again, I say this as a person. I'm a huge fan of Ryan Hurst as an actor. He was phenomenal in Sons of Anarchy as Opie. Opie is, outside of Jax Teller, Opie is probably the most popular and beloved character of Sons of Anarchy, and he is the heart and soul of Sons of Anarchy. He's great. He was also Bertier in Remember the Titans, if you remember that amazing movie with Denzel Washington. I'm not going to just throw this out the window because of one image, but who decided that this should be the first image of Kratos in live action? Kratos is the most badass video game character in history. I don't think there's another character that's more badass than Kratos. Kratos is unmatched. You want to bring Kratos live action, your first image needs to be something awesome, not this. So, as much as I was excited for the casting of Ryan Hurst, this is a big fat L right here. So, he doesn't look cool enough. Nothing about this looks cool. This is terrible. Everything about this is terrible. This does not scream confidence to anyone, but this is where we are. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know. But based on this image alone, obviously I have a lot of concerns moving forward. Kratos, there are such high expectations for him in live action, and I do think Ryan Hurst has what it takes to pull off the character, but he's only as good as the creative process involved, and the creative process is already failing him, or I guess the marketing process is already failing him right here, because this is not a good first look, not a good first image at all. This looks really stupid and really underwhelming. So, I guess we'll find out. Nandy for 50 says, looking at the God of War image release, makes sense to have Beardo cast as Kratos, as he spends 75% of his streams pooping. Oh, no. God. Honestly, I can't argue with this logic. This is solid, sound logic. So anyway, we'll see. But thank you, Nandy. I appreciate it. I saw someone else just sent a $10, but I can't find it. So I'll have to see if I can. I'll see if I can find that one later. But I don't see it right now. It's not showing up. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure says Tyler Oliveria got his Patreon taken down. Yeah, that happened a couple days ago. So I know this guy does a lot of viral videos. So I don't know a ton about him, but you know, hopefully it gets worked out. There's a reason why I'm not on Patreon, by the way. Like, I've thought about going to Patreon, but Patreon censorship has always been a problem. So that's really not surprising, in my opinion. Beardo went off camera for 40 minutes last night, we suspect, to poop. I actually purchased Resident Evil Requiem, and I played it last night. I've put in probably, I don't know, I'm like maybe an hour into it. It's really awesome. It's really awesome so far. I'm not too far into it, but yes, I'm very much enjoying it so far. I don't want to watch any gameplay or anything else like that, but so far so good. It's really good so far. Okay, let's see if there's any updates. Yeah, Tree Bear doing what Tree Bear does. There we go. Tree Bear doing what Tree Bear does. That was quick, by the way. Very quick. Okay, I guess it's a done deal. Paramount has paid Netflix the $2.8 billion to terminate its merger agreement with Warner Brothers. Paramount is set to officially announce it'll acquire Warner Brothers Discovery for $111 billion later today. I guess this is good, and that's from Bloomberg. So I guess it's going to be official. That is quick right there. That's very quick. Okay. What is this? Newly released Epstein file documents reveal that the FBI's New York field office was reportedly hacked on Super Bowl in February 2023. An internal FBI draft declaration states an unauthorized party accessed the system, including Epstein-related files, resulting in a permanent loss of approximately 100 terabytes of data. There you have it, right there. But guys, Biden was president. So why are we talking about this? Biden was president. I don't know why you guys are bringing this up. But Trump That'll be. But Trump, guys. But Trump is real. Is real. We do have. Is this Marco Cubio? Marco Cubio. This is what he's going to look like as president of Cuba. I like it. It works. I sign me up. Right there. Is this live? Is this live?
Yeah, you're fine. I think everyone hopped off to go to lunch. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first.
Don't see it.
Just first of all, quick update. President Clinton is being very.
Oh, this is earlier. This is earlier. I don't think you guys mind looking though.
Back and forth in regards to some of the Democrats trying to call in not credible witnesses, and I won't get into the nature of what I've asked the president specifically until after the deposition is over. But to be clear, we've had two individuals. One that accuses President Clinton of unfounded allegations of there being sex tapes, etc., by the name of Sarah Ransom, and there was an individual.
Harley Day says, I have no idea what she's talking about, but I agree. Greg Kirby says, Jeremy, why is there a kid? Why's there a kid? In God of War? Atreus? Like, that's part of the game, the more recent God of War games.
Made up claims. We're not going to do the same thing for President Trump. So I think to be able to bring that up and conflate the two with this investigation.
I agree with
wrong.
everything.
And I want to be very clear on record. I don't believe that Sarah claims had valid claims against President Trump in regards to what she was, President Clinton has in regards to what she was alleging. Just as I don't believe that there are valid claims against President Trump by the individual of the name of Katie Johnson. What I will say is it has become very evident, even in the last 24 hours in lines of questioning, that Jeffrey Epstein was running an intelligence gathering operation. In my professional opinion, I do believe it was a honeypot operation. And I do believe that there's a list of individuals who did engage in trafficking, were given these plea deals, and I'm going to name those individuals right now.
Yeah, this is earlier.
The first one would be Leslie Groff. The second one, Sarah Kellen. The third one, Nadia Markova. And the fourth one, Adriana Ross. All of these women engaged in the trafficking of minors as adults. They were working and complicit with Jeffrey Epstein's operation. And in my opinion, they are not to be given victim status because they did partake in harming young girls. I remember seeing in some of the files, some of these girls were, as young as 10, 11 years old and older. And so obviously we have a lot of work to do, but I did want to come and give an update and let you know that President Clinton, as of right now, is cooperative and answering all of our questions. And that it leads me to believe that if we can remove the partisan nature of this investigation, we actually might be able to get justice. And so I will be calling on the Oversight Committee to bring in those 4 individuals that I just listed. We will continue to conduct the investigation and provide updates shortly for all of you. I can't get into the specifics of the deposition because it's still currently going on, but again, he's being very cooperative, and I think that statement is pretty on point with what we're hearing. We will provide updates as soon as it's over. I don't want to violate the trust that we have right now in the depositions, but I do think that we are at least getting a little bit more of a clearer picture. And I will say I'm not in favor, and if there is a request to bring in an individual who's made false allegations against President Clinton, I will be voting that down in committee, just as I will be voting down any individuals that are brought forward that have made false claims against President Trump.
Whatever happened to neutral, unbiased news? It seems like all networks are biased as hell now. Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but at least we have agenda-free TV, which has no agenda whatsoever. Steve Lookner has zero agenda. It's zero. Like you've never heard him have any agenda because it's called agenda-free TV. So at least we have that.
Against each other using this topic, and so we're more focused on that as well as bringing justice to the victims. And there is no justice when traffickers are given plea deals, and so we'll be following up on that as well. I'm going to go back in, and what I will say is that I don't have any reason to believe right now that he's hiding the ball and everything. He's been pretty transparent.
And is it your belief and or the team's belief that the former president Jeffrey Epstein on behalf of
It is in my opinion, I don't think the opinion of the committee, but I do believe that Jeffrey Epstein was targeting many politicians, many influential people, especially in regards to economic policy, etc. And I do believe that it was possible that not just him, but likely Secretary Clinton, as well as a number of other people, were targeted due to an intelligence gathering operation. I think
You know the only reason Bill Clinton's being